Thoughts become things. Man becomes what he thinks about all day long. Ralph Waldo Emerson. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We start to really feel that. I want you to feel that. Let me rewind that. Ooh, I want you to feel that. Thoughts become things. We often hear about this. We often hear that quote, thoughts become things. But I feel that we receive it quite flippantly. We receive it in almost like a jest-like fashion, but don't really understand the truth of that statement. Out of all that I've come across, out of all that I've studied, all that I've realized within myself, the one thing that everything seems to be congruent on and agreeable on is that we become what we think about. We become what we think about. Now, just think about that for a moment. Just think about that. Maybe step away from thinking, but feel into that. And what's the potentiality, and what can that bring up for us in this moment? Because I don't know about you, if I observe my life and if I am what I think about, fucking hell, I'm gobsmacked that is the truth, being bluntly honest. And it journeys you into even more amounts of resistance with refusing the truth of that statement. Been tuning into Neville Goddard quite a lot recently, who talks about the imagination. Recently been listening to The Awakened Imagination. Listened to it a few times, maybe more than a few times, maybe copious amounts of times. He talks very candidly about this connection between what's going on within us and what we see in the external world. Just to keep repeating it, thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. You can't help but have a new profound respect for our life as individuals. It can't help precipitate a deeper degree of awareness of what we are thinking about in the present moment. This is what I've discovered anyway. This is what I've discovered. Knowing this, learning and making these discoveries and realizing the truth of these statements and quotes by the great thinkers, saints and sages over the world, over millennia of repeating the same thing but packaging it just in another way. In the early 19th century, early 20th century, 19th century, early 20th century, there was this New Thought movement where they spoke about all of this. Charles Hannell with the Master Key System, As a Man Thinketh, James Allen, and as well as that, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which talks about thought forms. Talking about thought forms and the power of thought transmission. And all of this, bringing the individual into deeper degrees of respect and awareness of what we are thinking in this now moment. What we are thinking in this now moment. What are the thought patterns going on? This is the really profound journey of being unconscious coming into conscious. Because when we reflect on our life and we start to make these discoveries, we start to read this new material, we start to find out the deeper runnings of the universe, we really start to profoundly open up more and more conscious capacities of what we are thinking about. Because when we reflect and look at our life, and in my case, if I was to look at all the destruction that's happened and all the crazy shit that's kind of unfolded within my life, it's a profound moment of realization of just how unconscious I've been of the thought patterns I've had going on. Having navigated through ADHD and navigating through multiple extreme extreme contrast when it comes to what's going on inside me. This is the journey of telling a much more conscious story. That's another thing as well we can talk about quite loosely, and it feels just like something we're just saying with words, but knowing the truth of the story we are telling ourselves in our head, in our mind, in our soul, in our spirit, is what is actually creating our reality. Thought patterns and thoughts are the strongest, highest vibration in the universe. It's another thing we can think, okay, that's just something that we see on a quote, on a meme, on something that we see on social media. But we need to move past that now. Things being just pretty words, things sounding good. We need to step past that and step into realizing the truth of these statements, of these words that were passed down by the great thinkers and beings that have been in our ancient history and more modern times as well, that are speaking to us and guiding us into a deeper sense of realization of how much control we have on our reality. And it comes down to inner identification of what we are identifying with within our mind. What are we choosing to identify with within our mind is the key ingredient to what we experience in the external world. Thoughts and quotes like, when I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. It's another beautiful sounding quote, but when you experience the truth of that, it's amazing, because you can completely change in an instant how you view any situation, circumstance, or person in your life, and you can see it transform in front of your very eyes, sometimes radically, quickly, sometimes maybe a little bit longer. But that's why we need persistence and devotion to love. Our initiation is being taken in love. Florence Scovel Shinn, in her book, The Secret to Success, we are taking our initiation in love. And that initiation is in love, yes, but it's in our initiation of becoming more conscious about what our thoughts are. Are our thoughts true or false? David Hawkins' beautiful work that he did about truth versus falsehood, that comes in as well. What is true and what is false? Love is true. Everything else is not true. Everything else is not true, which means the destruction and darkness and carnage that we experience comes from an illusion of perception which isn't grounded in reality. It's not grounded in reality. It is not true. This is a direct path of radical honesty. And radical honesty starts with, I become what I think about. Every single facet of my life is fashioned from a thought pattern or process within my mind. And the things that happen to be in my life that I don't like, that I refuse to take responsibility for, are from a darker element within our shadow that we're not willing to face within ourselves. Boom. Hurts, I know. It's a little bit uncomfortable hearing that. There's a lot of discomfort that comes from this, and it can really increase our resistance within ourselves. The sun's just started to shine on my eyes, but I'm going to keep on going. I feel to keep on going. I feel that as a sign to keep on going. The stripping away of resistance sometimes means gaining more resistance to put us into an even more uncomfortable, dissatisfied, gnarly position, which precipitates bigger and bigger degrees of honesty, of self-reflection and honesty on what is going on within our life. Because once we strip away the illusions, once we strip away what's not true, once we become less unconscious and become more conscious, our life starts to shift for the better. We start to smooth out our vibration, which then changes our level and degrees of attraction of what we do start bringing in and what we start becoming aligned with along the path. Circumstances change, people change, sometimes dramatically, sometimes over time. But we're taking our initiation in love, which means in the moment awareness of always aligning ourselves with truth and love, which are the same thing, my friends. There's no difference. They are one. Higher capacities of love, higher degrees of love. There's either a lot of love or there's not a lot of love, as David Hawkins would say. So I want you to ponder on this. I want you to feel into this. I want you to feel into your life right now. I want you to come away from being a victim. No shame and condemnation if you are being a victim. That's okay. Be you in it if that's what you feel to be. Go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, we'll start again. We'll come back to that, our own individual initiation of love and the journey of becoming more conscious and becoming more responsible for what is happening within our mind, body, spirit, energy, and life. Step into your boundless potential now. Stepping into your boundless potential involves you being so bloody honest with your life. Everything needs to be accountable for, self-accountability for you and everything that's going on in your life. So step into it now, my friend. Step into it now, my friend. Talking to you right now. The beautiful human on this journey of profound discovery and bringing into more of the truth of I become what I think about. Even a little bit further than that, we become what we think and feel about, the feeling quality of it. I've just done a complete reverse on it, deepened it. I become what I think and feel about. That core feeling tone, that core feeling state that you predominantly dwell in is the manifestation and creation of your life right now. So, as well as think, more importantly, feel your life right now. Feel it. Feel your life right now. Feel it. Feel into what you want to feel right now and feel into how you are feeling right now and how this all manifesting in your life. And coming back into the total obliteration of full-blown empowerment that you can change how you feel and think right now, which then starts to tee up a new future you're being pulled into. I love you so much. These words are sent with love, 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 love. Take that love. Yeah, love you so much, my friends. I'm playfully laughing and jovially along because I'm feeling into my own journey as well while I'm saying these words. Feeling into my own destruction, feeling into my own peace, feeling into my own love, feeling into my own hurt, feeling into my own being a victim, feeling into all of that shit that we're feeling together when we're working through, we're holding each other's hands, we're walking forward together. Already can't wait to see you in the next video.